Howling Spirit, in my opinion, one of Spirit Halloween's most underrated animatronics in recent years. Honestly, I'm not really sure why this guy didn't get much hype. I'm gonna be dead honest. I think if the Home Depot sold this thing for the same exact price, maybe a little cheaper, people would be eating this thing up. It's a giant floating ghost, weatherproof as well, which there are only two animatronics from Spirit other than Howling Spirit that are weatherproof, me having Matt Straw, the other one, and Gravestone Ghoul. But at the time, this was Spirit's first ever weatherproof animatronic, and I can confirm this because I bought him last year for my haunt, and he did excellent in the rain. You know, I just love classic Halloween themed items. I really wanted to get him, so I was able to find him secondhand for only $70, which in my opinion, I think was amazing for him. But with that aside, let's go ahead and unbox the Spirit Halloween 2023 Howling Spirit Animatronic. Wait, where's... I'm still alive, oh my god! Alrighty, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open him up. I still have to clean up some of my stuff from my haunt. Let's get into the box, shall we? Here we have his Hunchback piece, which is honestly one of my favorite features about this prop. I really just love his ginormous, like, arch shape, you know? It's really, really cool. Here we have Howling Spirit himself, which is just a white piece of cloth. But this is very much weatherproof quality. It's made of, like, this silk fabric type material for the actual like things dangling from him, but the actual like ghosts and stuff is weatherproof material. Then we have his control box. I really love with the weatherproof props how thin these control boxes are compared to the regular control boxes. And here I have some more parts, his instructions. We have his LED chest piece, which is really neat. I really like that feature to him. Here we have one of his arms, and these do light up as well. They have wires at the bottom, which are also weatherproof. Really, really nice. Here's the other arm, right over here. His head, which, take a look at his head. It's this weird blow mold hollow material with a really thin piece of metal going into it that has all the LEDs and lights inside his head. Really strange, but I guess it makes sense for him. Very, very simple mechanism. It's your classic motor, and it doesn't really seem water sealed, not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if there's a difference between this and other props motors. I haven't looked into it, but I think mostly, like, the waterproofness of this guy is because of his clothes and the control box being, like, closed off. Here's the back half of his base and one of his poles. This is the pole that goes on the bottom. And then, last but not least, because who cares about the base, bro? This is the front half of his base. So I'm gonna go put his box away and I'm going to set him up with you guys. So here we go. Alright, here are all of Howling Spirit's parts. Setting him up won't really be much of a challenge because he does not have many parts unless you're short like me. He does have the two base halves, the stakes, which I don't really need, but I will go ahead and use them anyway. All three of his poles, we got the lower pole, we have the regular pole, we have the pole with control box, mechanism, two arms, head, his chest piece, his back frame, and of course, his body. So let's get to the setup. The first step, which is also kind of funnily the hardest step in the setup probably, you have to connect his base. And the reason that's so hard is because there are 3 connections you have to do. 2 snap locks and 3 actual connections. So let's see just how easily I can do this time around. Come on. And the hard part is actually snapping these into place. And for some unfortunate reason, my base is rusting I gotta fix that up at some point. This is the hard part. There we go. Okay, one more. There we go. We finally got it this time. That was like record time for setting this up. But very big base, very nice quality. Gonna go ahead and snap this pull in. Make sure that you connect the 3 notches on the base as well. So these are very thick metal. I don't see this thing getting messed up anytime soon. Let's insert this notch, and it is quite tricky, honestly. So here we have the middle one, which this one doesn't go all the way in for me a lot of the time, and when it does come out, which is a bit unfortunate. I do wish that Spirit or Seasonal Visions ended up using some clips to hold these in place better, because while they probably won't come out, they don't stay in amazingly. So it would be nice to have some added support to those. Go ahead and connect the pull labeled T, snap lock it in. Gonna start working our way out. This guy is pretty tall, almost a staggering 8 feet tall. He's one of my tallest animatronics, actually. So now we're going to attach the support pull with the control box, and there's his adapter already connected. It's a screw-on adapter like most weatherproof animatronics. And while we're at it, I'm gonna go ahead and drape him over the pole. It's got an opening at the bottom right here, and honestly, it probably would have been easier if I just did this after I put, you know, there should be an opening back here. Oh wow, it's already fully open. Okay. The freaking pole kind of bends in with the tree there. Okay, so this mechanism just has a regular snap lock connection. As you can see, he is pretty tall. He's looming over me, which is really insane. I forgot how big this thing was, but yeah, now he's kind of like, you can start seeing that arch really form, and it's really cool. I love how they did that. Gotta connect the head, because otherwise he won't look like a ghost. What was the front again? It's this. Oh man, this thing is very tall. Then we got his arms, which it might be easier to just thread them through the cloth, but I'm not sure if that's a great idea at the moment. There are birds everywhere, and I thought they were bugs for some reason. This guy's really big. There we go. And his arms do have like, I'm gonna see if I can get it to show on camera. His arms actually do come with these, I'm not sure if you can see it, these J-hook clips. They actually do come attached to his arms in the box. So if you are setting this guy up, make sure you remove those before you connect his arms to the mechanism, and then connect them back on so that they do not fall down. He is looking crazy right now. Look at this. Hold on, let me zoom out. Look at this. It's looking crazy right now. Okay, the next step would be connecting his chest connection at the front of his pole. I hate these fork connections, honestly. They don't stay in that well, and from up high, because I'm short, they are particularly hard to do. There we go. While I'm at it, I'm going to connect all his wires. They are color-coded, so there's only one rectangular wire that connects to the other rectangular wire. These 2 white wires, it doesn't matter which one goes where. They both go to his arms. Red wire coming from the mechanism, green wire coming from his head. This is what controls the lights in his head. And there is one more wire to connect, which is the IR sensor wire, which the IR sensor should already be attached to his dress. It is this brown wire. This is where I begin to really struggle with the setup, especially the first time I did it, because I could not reach that fork connection for the life of me. It's metal chair time. Oh my god, no, this is not a good idea. Oh my god, my chair is literally sinking into the dirt. And oh, there we go. Way easier than the first time I set them up, right? Now, there's a hook on this assembly. You're gonna want to hook all of the wires onto it so that they're kind of like protected by this whole shell piece, which I think that's a neat touch. I don't think I've ever seen a prop do that before. I believe that is all of them, correct? Yeah, and I'll just set them like to the side over here. We're at probably the worst part of the setup, at least for me. Setting up his outfit. Now, I am going to do this on camera anyway, just to show you how much of a struggle it is for someone like me to do this. So, yeah. Make sure he's in frame. Yeah, he looks really cool right now. Dude, I think it might have rained last night or something, because, like, genuinely, this chair is sinking into the freaking dirt below, and it's like, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to go to the other side so I can get his head on. While I'm over here desperately struggling to get this on, I'm going to go ahead and put on the arm clips, which I'll probably show in just a second. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can hear me, but there are little pockets for his arms. I'm gonna tell you just how you guys are supposed to get his hood set up correctly, because I know a lot of people cannot get it set up the right way, so I'm going to help you guys out with that. Should probably attach his head. Also, it's getting suspiciously cloudy here, so maybe you guys will get to see Howling Spirit in the rain. It is supposed to be like 80 degrees today, though, so kind of doubt it. I'm probably gonna go ahead and take off this arm. It's probably easier to just put the arms on with the clothing. I moved the camera once more, and I can show you those clips I was talking about. So let me find his arm right here. So on this fork connector, it's very hard to see. You won't be able to see it well, but there is a hole on his arm. So you're going to want to slide in the arm to the fork connection, just like that. And mine's is tricky. I told you these things don't go anywhere. They're very hard to get in with the glow stick clips. But you're going to want to put the J-hook. You should be able to see it. And you're going to want to slide it in through that hole. Now we have his arm connection done. So he has the weatherproof control box, seasonal visions, and his adapter right here, it's a screw-on adapter. So you're going to want to plug it in. Whoops. Just gonna wanna plug it in, and then once you get it in nice and tight, screw it into place so that way water does not get into the circuit board, because you don't want that, otherwise he will die. Oh my god, this chair is literally being buried into the ground. Looking very cool with the wind here, but I gotta Velcro him up, so let's do that. So a lot of people's Howling Spirits, it doesn't really look like he has a hood. It kind of just like, they let the whole piece fly over his head for whatever reason. I'm not sure how you could do that, but basically, yeah, this is the little stuff that drapes below him, and his piece right here, this on top of his head. Okay. Oh, okay, I see how people are messing it up. So this, like, really fabric-y feeling layer that doesn't feel like plastic garbage bag, that goes over his head. Don't put it behind, put it over his head. Then this part right here, this is his hood. It's sewn onto the top. You're just gonna wanna push this half of it back, so that way he looks like he has a hood. For his arms, there are these elastic pieces right here that go to the actual stub of his little arm right there. And you can go ahead and use this layer of fabric to cover it up as you please. For this video, I actually will put in the stakes because I wouldn't want him falling over. So they just go in like that, and there's a little hook here that you just push in so that it goes over the hole. Alrighty, here he is. Now, I will say, he does get quite loud, so I'm gonna turn him down for this video. Hopefully, you are still able to hear him, and he looks really sick with that wind. Alrighty, well, let us get into the demo of the Spirit Halloween 2023 Howling Spirit Animatronic. So, this prop is also, or I think all Seasonal Visions props have this, but he does have a mode where he goes constantly on. So, that might be the mode I left him on. If not, then he's turned off and I have to turn him on. So, here we go. So, there. Okay, yep, I was right. There we go. He is sick. Animation is really simple, but really works well. Like I was talking about, the side profile of this guy is awesome. He looks sick. I'm gonna zoom out so that you guys can see that, but he looks awesome like this. I really do love the design of Howling Spirit. It's very simple, very classic Halloween sheet ghost, but yeah, I really just like what they went for with him. You have any final words to say, Howling Spirit, before we get into the review? Alrighty then. And that was the Spirit Halloween 2023 Howling Spirit Animatronic. The fact that you can get something like this for only $200 at Spirit Halloween is really cool to me. And even though his build is quite simple, his quality is there, and I would say his price is definitely worth it for what you're getting. Getting a almost 8-foot tall floating ghost. And it is weatherproof. You can leave this thing outside in the rain, which you cannot do for most animatronics, and I think that is awesome. His appearance, while it is simple, I really do appreciate the classic ghost type look. I know a lot of people don't like his face for some reason, which, like, I don't really understand, because he's everything he's supposed to be. He's classic sheet ghost, and I personally just cannot see what's wrong with it. But again, I love Howling Spirit. Would I recommend him? Honestly, I would recommend him for full price. If you don't have a coupon, I would say he is perfectly justifiable for the $199.99 price tag. And he is still available on Spirit Halloween's website, even though he was sold 2 years ago. So if you are interested in getting him, go ahead and get him, because no one knows how much longer he'll last for. Maybe for a while, because like I said myself, he is quite underrated. Don't really see many videos on him, unboxing him and stuff. So, really happy to own him. He's a really cool piece for haunts and displays and stuff. And I totally recommend him if you're doing a graveyard, or if you're just going for that classic Halloween type vibe for your display. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I won't disappear that long again. I can't promise you that, I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks for watching, and this is Darealist, signing off. No!